I've spent 5 years in the financial market to learn these valuable lessons, and you only need a few minutes to understand them. Don't skip this. Over the past 5 years, I've seen too many people making tens of thousands of euros per month, yet ending up broke. They work tirelessly, save every penny, but in the end, their bank accounts are empty and their future remains uncertain. The problem isn't how much you earn, it's how much you keep. It's not about how hard you work, but whether you're on the right path. Today, I'll show you 6 financial traps that have kept many people poor no matter how hard they try. It took me 5 years to learn this, but you can avoid them in just a few minutes. Watch until the end, because just one mistake could keep you poor for life. 1. Buying a house too early. Are you paying to lock yourself in? Many young people make the mistake of thinking that buying a house is their first financial goal, believing that owning a home early in life brings stability and security. The truth is, however, that in personal finance, timing is far more important than simply owning a house as soon as possible. While buying a home can be a great investment, purchasing too early, before you're financially and professionally ready, can turn your dream of owning property into a financial burden rather than a smart asset. 1. Why buying a house too early can be a bad financial decision. A. Heavy financial burden. Too soon. Buying a house is a huge financial commitment that goes beyond just the initial cost. Most people don't have enough savings to buy a home outright, which means taking out a mortgage, usually for 15 to 30 years. For instance, if you borrow $240,000 for a $300,000 home at an interest rate of 5% per year, by the time the mortgage is paid off in 30 years, the total repayment could easily reach $460,000 to $500,000, which means you're paying nearly double the amount you borrowed. But that's not all. There are many additional ongoing costs that many people overlook when they first buy a house. Property taxes, home insurance, and maintenance fees add up fast. For example, if you live in an apartment, management fees can take up 1 to 2% of the property value each year, and if you own a house, unexpected repair costs, roof leaks, plumbing issues, renovations could run into tens of thousands of euros over time. In addition, a large mortgage can cause significant financial stress, which can impact your overall well-being. With such a heavy debt burden, you may find that you have less freedom to invest in other areas of your life, such as your education, personal growth, travel, or new business opportunities. You might also find yourself in a position where you can't take a job that offers more money because you need a stable income to keep up with your mortgage payments. B. Losing flexibility in work and life. Owning a home also locks you into one location, which can severely limit your opportunities in the future. For instance, if a better job opportunity comes up in another city or even another country, you might hesitate to pursue it because selling a home is complicated and time-consuming. If you're still paying off your mortgage, selling early could result in financial losses, or worse, you might struggle to find a buyer who will pay a fair price. Beyond that, owning a home can also make it harder to start a business or change careers. When you have significant debt obligations, it becomes far more difficult to take the risks needed to launch a new business or shift industries. Entrepreneurs, especially in the early stages, need financial flexibility, something that a mortgage can severely restrict. Instead of taking advantage of new opportunities, you could find yourself stuck in a stable job, even when something better comes along. Additionally, many people assume that real estate always appreciates in value, but the truth is that the housing market can stagnate or even crash. If you buy a house at the peak of the market and need to sell later when prices drop, you could end up losing money instead of making a profit. 2. Real-life example. Let's consider a 28-year-old who buys a $300,000 apartment with a $240,000 mortgage to be paid off over 30 years at a 5% interest rate. After 10 years, they've managed to pay off about $100,000, but they still owe around $200,000 in principal and interest. Now, they decide they want to move to a new city or start a business, but here's where things get complicated. If they try to sell the house, the market might only offer them $250,000 due to changes in the housing market or transaction costs. After paying off the remaining mortgage, they might have almost no money left and would likely find it difficult to sell the house in time to make any significant profit. Renting out the property could be an option, but the rent may not even cover the mortgage payments. Result, they're stuck with significant debt, have lost their flexibility to move or explore new opportunities, and have limited financial freedom. 3. How to avoid the financial trap. A. Rent until at least 35 years old. Renting can offer you the freedom and flexibility to move for better career opportunities or a lower cost of living. Renting allows you to avoid the burden of property, maintenance, taxes, and the long-term financial commitments that come with home ownership. By renting for a few more years, you have more room to save, invest, and prepare for home ownership in the future. If buying, keep housing costs below 30% of your income. When you do decide to buy, make sure you don't overextend yourself. A good rule of thumb is to ensure your housing expenses, mortgage, maintenance, taxes, and utilities don't exceed 30% of your income. For instance, if you make $5,000 a month, your total housing expenses shouldn't go beyond $1,500 a month. If you spend too much on housing, you may find it challenging to save or invest in other opportunities. C. Consider investing before buying a house. Before committing to real estate, you should explore higher return investment options such as stocks, ETFs, or even starting a small business. Many successful individuals choose to invest first, building wealth through investments before locking up their capital in property. This gives you the financial flexibility to make smart decisions about your future while also benefiting from compounding returns over time. Final thoughts. Is buying a house a mistake? Buying a house isn't inherently wrong, but buying at the wrong time can lead to a financial trap that limits your opportunities in the future. If you buy a home too early, before you've established a solid financial foundation and career path, it could turn from a promising investment into a heavy burden. If flexibility is important to you, renting may be the smarter choice. If you do decide to buy, ensure you're not just working to pay off debt. Make sure you have room to invest, grow your wealth, and enjoy your life without feeling locked into a single location or financial obligation. Remember, buying a house is just one piece of the puzzle. Make sure it fits into your larger financial picture and aligns with your long-term goals. 2. Self-deception. A high salary means you can't be poor. One of the biggest financial mistakes many people make is thinking that a high salary automatically leads to wealth. However, the truth is that how you manage your money matters far more than how much you earn. When your income increases, people often fall into the trap of lifestyle inflation. This means instead of maintaining their previous lifestyle, they start spending more and upgrading their lives. For example, upgrading from a regular car to a luxury car, from a small apartment to an expensive mansion, from budget vacations to 5-star resorts, or from regular clothes to designer fashion. While these changes may bring a sense of success, over time, they can drain your finances. The increasing costs will prevent you from building savings, and eventually, you may become a slave to the luxurious lifestyle you've created. The biggest mistake here is that many people use extravagant spending as a measure of success, rather than focusing on building long-term wealth. So, no matter how high your income is, if you're living just to show off your wealth, you will never achieve financial freedom. Even if you earn a large income, if you don't know how to save and invest, you can still live paycheck to paycheck, meaning you spend exactly what you earn. For example, if you make $5,000 a month but spend $5,000, you have nothing left over. Similarly, if you earn $10,000 but spend $10,000, you're still poor like someone making $5,000 because you have no assets built up. Things get worse when financial emergencies happen. If you lose your job, you won't have a backup fund to get through tough times. If you have debt, you might fall into a dangerous financial spiral that's hard to escape. To illustrate, Let's consider two people who each earn $5,000 per month. 10 years later, they will be in very different financial situations. Person A understands how to truly build wealth. Person A chooses to maintain their old lifestyle and not chase after expensive things, instead investing $2,000 per month in stocks, ETFs, or real estate. After 10 years, thanks to the power of compound interest, their investment could grow to around $1,000 or more. This not only allows person A to live comfortably, but also gives them the opportunity to achieve financial freedom, retire early, or pursue personal passions without worrying about money. Meanwhile, person B earns $5,000 a month, but spends it all on a nicer house, luxury cars, expensive vacations, and designer clothes. While person B may look wealthy and enjoy a lavish lifestyle, after 10 years, they have no real assets and may even be in credit card debt or borrowing money to maintain their expensive lifestyle. If a financial crisis or job loss occurs, person B will easily fall into a financial crisis and not know how to recover. The lesson here is, the truly wealthy focus on building assets, while the poor focus on showing off wealth without building anything of lasting value. To avoid falling into this financial trap, you need to build real wealth, not just look rich. Live below your means. You don't have to live a life of deprivation, but don't upgrade your lifestyle every time you get a raise. When your income increases, use most of the extra money to invest, not spend. Start investing as early as possible in things like stocks, real estate, or businesses, so your money grows rather than loses value. Even if you invest just $500, $1,000 per month in 10-20 years, you could achieve financial freedom. Remember, don't let what others think control you. Many people buy luxury cars and designer clothes not because they need them, but because they want others to think they're wealthy. Living according to others' standards is the fastest way to go broke. Focus on building assets, not just income. You might earn $10,000 a month, but if you spend it all, you still have no assets. On the other hand, someone earning $3,000 a month, but investing wisely, may end up wealthier in the long run. In conclusion, a high salary doesn't automatically mean you'll be wealthy. Only when you know how to manage your money properly will you truly become wealthy. If you earn a lot but have no assets, you're still poor. However, if you know how to save and invest wisely, even with a modest income, you can still achieve financial freedom. Building wealth is a process, not a race to show off. 3. Working hard. All your life but never achieving financial freedom. A. Identifying the problem. We all know that having a stable job and a steady income is something many people dream of, especially in today's society. However, the reality is that relying solely on a paycheck and working hard all your life is not the key to financial freedom. When you exchange time for money without a proper financial strategy, you risk becoming completely dependent on your monthly income without creating any passive income streams. This becomes even more concerning when we consider challenges like pension systems facing difficulties, the increasing aging population, and the pressure of inflation. The savings you accumulate may not be enough to sustain your lifestyle when you retire if you don't have other income sources. B. Real-life example. We can easily see the stark difference between two people with the same salary but different financial management strategies. Let's imagine person A and person B, both earning $3,000 a month and deciding to save $500 a month. However, how they use this money differs significantly. Person A chooses to save this amount in a bank account with a low interest rate of 2% per year. After 40 years, the total amount person A could accumulate would be around $362,212. However, this figure doesn't account for inflation. With an average inflation rate of 2% per year, the actual value of this money would decrease over time. After adjusting for inflation, the actual amount person A can use when retiring would be approximately $164,576. This means that, although person A saves a large amount due to inflation, it's not enough to maintain a stable lifestyle, especially as living and healthcare costs tend to rise as you age. Person B, on the other hand, decides to invest this money in higher return options like stocks, ETFs, or real estate, with an average annual return of about 8%. Thanks to high returns and compound interest, person B could accumulate 742,925 over 40 years. However, like person A, we need to consider inflation. After adjusting for an inflation rate of 2% per year, the actual value of this amount would be about 336,780. Even though the real value of the money decreases due to inflation, person B still ends up with a much larger asset, twice as much as person A. This is enough to maintain a comfortable lifestyle and could even allow person B to retire early, pursue personal passions, or do what they love without worrying about money. In contrast, person A still has to rely on their savings and pension, unable to achieve the same level of financial freedom. Outcome. As you can see, although both individuals started with the same savings, person B achieved a much larger asset base by investing smartly. Person B not only has enough wealth to live comfortably, but can also retire early and pursue their passions without worrying about money. On the other hand, person A remains dependent on their savings and pension and cannot achieve the same financial freedom. C. Causes of the problem. So why do so many people still make this mistake? One reason is the working hard mentality that is highly valued in society, especially in European countries. People often believe that having a stable job and working hard is enough. However, this belief can lead you to overlook the need to learn and apply the necessary financial knowledge. Furthermore, a lack of understanding about investment options and fear of risk causes many people to settle for a fixed income. In addition, living costs in major cities like London, Paris, or Berlin are continually rising, making it increasingly difficult to rely solely on a salary without investments. D. How to escape the work hard but never get rich trap. So, how can you break free from this cycle and achieve financial freedom? The answer lies in making your money work for you through investments. Instead of just depositing money into a bank account with low interest rates, you should learn about higher return investment channels like stocks, ETFs, real estate, or even business opportunities. Investing early and being patient to take advantage of compound interest will allow your wealth to grow significantly over time. Moreover, it's important to equip yourself with solid financial knowledge so you can make smart investment decisions, properly allocate your assets, and assess risks. Additionally, always seek out opportunities to generate passive income so you don't have to work your whole life just to maintain your daily living. E. Conclusion. In the end, to achieve financial freedom, you need to recognize that working hard is not the only factor that determines success. Knowing how to manage your finances and invest the money you earn is the most important factor. Start investing early and stick to a long-term financial plan. Diversify your income sources and keep updating your financial knowledge to make smart decisions. By doing so, not only will you build a solid financial future, but you'll also be able to freely pursue your passions and interests without worrying about money. Financial freedom doesn't come from how many hours you work, but from how smartly and efficiently you use your time and money. 4. The gift trap. Spending to impress. In the modern world, appearance and personal image are more important than ever. Many people believe that to gain respect and recognition, they need to look wealthy, successful, and luxurious. This mindset has led to one of the biggest financial traps: spending beyond one's means just to impress others. Why do people fall into this trap? It could be because they fear being judged for giving cheap gifts, prioritize image over reality, are influenced by social media and movies, or believe that expensive gifts can help maintain relationships. As a result, they irresponsibly spend money on designer handbags, luxury jewelry, or fancy dinners without considering their financial situation. The gift trap makes you poorer because you're spending money on things that quickly lose value. A Gucci handbag worth $1,000 can lose 30–50% of its value in just a few months. A fancy dinner is gone as soon as the meal is over, and expensive jewelry or watches rarely hold investment value unless they are rare items. Instead of making your money work for you, you're turning it into liabilities that don't offer long-term benefits. This destroys your financial freedom, as you may have to borrow money to cover expenses, miss out on investment opportunities, and constantly face financial stress when gift-giving occasions arise. Moreover, the gift trap can harm relationships. If a relationship depends on expensive gifts, is it truly based on love or affection? If you have to spend money to maintain a friendship, is that friendship really worth it? If colleagues or friends only respect you when you spend money, how much do their opinions really matter? A real-life example is a guy who has $2,000 in his bank account but spends $1,000 on a Gucci bag to impress his girlfriend, fearing that a cheaper gift will make him look not good enough. As a result, he only has $1,000 left, loses his financial security, and the bag quickly loses value while the relationship may not last. If he continues this habit, he will never save enough to invest or improve his quality of life. How can you escape the gift trap? First, understand that true wealth is not about what you own, but about what you keep. Truly wealthy people don't need to prove anything. They focus on investing, saving, and personal development. Second, don't use gifts as a measure of relationships. Someone who truly loves you cares about how you treat them, not the price of the gift. Third, spend wisely by setting a budget for gifts, choosing meaningful gifts instead of just expensive ones, and considering options like books, experiences, or gifts with emotional value rather than luxury items. Lastly, set long-term financial goals. If you have $2,000, instead of spending $1,000 on a Gucci bag, invest in a financial fund, an online course, or a business idea. Things that will bring financial freedom rather than keeping you stuck in a cycle of spending. The gift trap is one of the most common financial mistakes, especially among young people. Many fall into the habit of spending to impress without realizing that financial freedom is more important than looking wealthy. Truly wealthy people don't need to prove anything. Their assets and achievements speak for themselves. Instead of chasing social recognition, invest in yourself and your future. Do you want to look rich or actually be rich? The choice is yours. 5. The shady investment trap. Greed leads to losses. In the world of finance, there's one golden rule. High returns always come with high risks. If someone promises you an investment with no risk but high profits, run away. It's almost certainly a scam. Many inexperienced investors fall into two major traps. The first is believing in unrealistic promises. No investment can guarantee high profits without risks. Scammers prey on those who want to get rich quickly, making it seem effortless. But in reality, there's no free lunch. If making money were that easy, they wouldn't need your investment. The second mistake is investing in something you don't understand. If you don't fully grasp how an investment works, don't put your money in it. Many people lose money because they follow trends or trust random advice instead of doing proper research. There are countless real-life examples of investment scams. One of the most common is super profitable crypto investments that turn out to be frauds. Many projects claim to multiply your money x10 or x100, but they are often Ponzi schemes where new investors' money is used to pay old investors. Once new investors stop joining, the system collapses and you lose everything. The lesson here is clear. Only invest in crypto if you truly understand it, and stick to legitimate projects with real value, strong technology, and a transparent team. Another example is financial pyramid schemes, where people are convinced to recruit others rather than invest in a real product or service. These scams require an upfront payment to join, and the only way to make money is by bringing in more people. When recruitment slows down, the system crashes, and late investors lose everything. If an investment requires you to pay first, but doesn't clearly explain its real value, stay away. In today's digital world, another growing issue is trusting financial experts on TikTok and social media without understanding the market. Many so-called gurus promise easy money with statements like, "I made $100,000 in just 3 months," or "Just invest $500 and you'll get $5,000 next month." But if they were so good at making money, why would they need to sell you a course or ask for your investment? The key lesson here is, do your own research before investing. If someone is teaching you to get rich, check if they're actually rich first. So how do you avoid investment scams? First, only invest in what you truly understand. If you can't explain how an investment works in one simple sentence, don't put money into it. Always research the company, business model, profits and risks before committing. Second, never believe in guaranteed profits. No investment is 100% risk-free. If someone guarantees fixed returns with no risks, it's a major red flag. Third, always have a risk management strategy. Never put all your money into one investment. Diversify your portfolio to reduce risk and ensure you have an emergency fund in case things go wrong. Lastly, learn to say no. If someone pressures you to invest without giving you time to research, it's probably a scam. Don't let fear of missing out push you into a bad decision. The truth is, getting rich isn't impossible, but it's also not easy. Without financial knowledge, you will lose money. Scammers know how to exploit people's greed, and the greedier you are, the more likely you'll become their victim. Be smart, do your research, and only invest in things you truly understand. So, do you want to build real wealth? Or do you want to be scammed by get-rich-quick schemes? The choice is yours. 6. The trap of living for today, forgetting the future. Many people have the mindset of just enjoy life now, worry about the future later. But one day, they realize they weren't prepared for what's coming. By the time they reach 50, they find out they have no retirement savings and still have to work to survive, even though their health is declining. When they get sick, they don't have proper health insurance, leading to massive medical bills they can't afford. And when they finally want to rest, they panic because they have no savings, forcing them to keep working even when they're exhausted. This isn't uncommon. Some young people spend all their money on travel and entertainment, only to realize at 40 that they have no investments, no passive income, and no financial security. At that point, they want to slow down but can't because they still need to work to pay their bills. Others neglect health insurance, thinking they're young and healthy, but when an unexpected illness or accident happens, they're hit with huge hospital bills, leaving them in debt or relying on others for help. So how can you avoid this trap? The answer isn't to stop enjoying life, but to enjoy it with a plan. Set aside at least 20–30% of your income for savings and investments. Start building a retirement fund early so you're financially secure later. Don't forget to create an emergency fund that can cover 3 to 6 months of expenses in case something unexpected happens. Health insurance is also crucial to protect you from financial risks due to medical emergencies. More importantly, learn to invest wisely, whether it's in stocks, real estate, or long-term funds, so your money grows instead of just sitting idle. Money can be a tool for freedom, but it can also make you a slave to the system. Without a financial plan, you'll always be stuck in the cycle of earning and spending, never feeling secure. But if you manage your finances wisely, you can take control of your life and enjoy it the way you truly want. The choice is yours. Thanks for watching. I hope this video gives you a new perspective on financial planning. Start making a change today. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more financial tips. Turn on notifications so you never miss important advice on managing your money.